I'm going to talk today about credit for early guilty plea. The credit for early guilty plea is a very important topic within criminal defence law. The reason it's such an important topic is that if a defendant is determined to plead guilty, then the earlier in proceedings that they enter that guilty plea, the greater the reduction in sentence that they may expect to receive. Now, there are, of course, some exceptions, notably murder, but as a general rule set down in the sentencing guidelines from 2017, the earlier an individual enters a guilty plea, the greater the reduction in sentence that would have been imposed following conviction after trial. So, for example, an individual who pleads guilty to an offence that would, after trial, have received, for example, a 3-year custodial sentence, will automatically be entitled to receive 2 years instead, with an automatic 1/3 reduction because they pleaded guilty at the earliest opportunity. Thereafter, they don't plead guilty at the earliest opportunity. There is a reduction, but it is on a sliding scale, up to round about 10% on the day of trial. So if an individual is determined to plead guilty, and it's their choice and nobody should pressurise them, but if they are determined to plead guilty, then the earlier they plead guilty, the greater the reduction in sentence. Now, there is a case from 2012 called Plea and others, and this is an important point because it talks about what further reduction may be done, what an individual may do to further improve their position if they accept that they've committed an offence and if they're determined to plead guilty. So, for example, what Plea says is if an individual is fully cooperative with the police, admits to the offence in the interview, cooperates with the police, doesn't waste any time, is remorseful. If they have done all that as well, Plea says, then following a guilty plea at court, this starting point for any sentence may be further reduced. So the starting point prior to the sentence being handed out, the starting point is reduced because of their cooperation with the police in the interview and the caution or whatever beforehand, and thereafter a further 1/3 automatic discount for early guilty plea. So for an individual who has made their own decision, and again it has to be their decision, if they have decided that they are guilty of this particular offence, then if they plead guilty at the earliest opportunity, and for non-indictable only offences that would generally be at the magistrate's court, if they plead guilty at the magistrate's court at the earliest opportunity, then they will receive an automatic 1/3 reduction in any sentence. And if they have cooperated with the police beforehand, admitted the offence beforehand, that can allow the court to start the sentencing process at a lower point and then apply the 1/3 discount on top of that. And that comes from the case of the Crown against Plea.